Yes, it was terribly long. It was 400 girls later. Wow.
And how did Gabby listen?
She was just, we were having precious camps. I started calling ICM saying, do you have a 300? And they, no. And so we then moved on to the Hood, and then to Detroit, and to Chicago, and to Atlanta, and to Compton, and to Baltimore, and Watts and stuff, and we just couldn't. And so Gabby, I was going to cast a couple of girls, but they didn't have the smarts that Gabby had. You know, Gabby, when she's doing the red carpet, when she's in her fantasy, she's not acting. She's not acting at all. That's who she is. And the other girls really were the character. Gabby was not the character. Gabby is a very intelligent girl, very smarter than me.
Other questions? Yes, in the back. Yeah.
The book says she's Ebony, you know, but in my search, that was not requisite. I found out into the process that they had done a production in London of Precious, a play of it, and everybody was white in it. So it really is not, I thought it was a specific demographic, and as I was in the development of the script, I found out that this is beyond universal. And yeah, so yeah. And in regards to the money, I didn't even bother to start going to studios, because I, at this point, was savvy enough after some of the films I'd done, you know, that they would never, ever, and ever. So I raised it. I called people that, you know, that really believed in my vision and the Magnuses out of Denver, and they really believed in what it was that I wanted to tell and the story that I wanted to shoot. And then it's the same studio that started me as a producer with Monsters called Lionsgate ended up being the studio that that is distributing this film. So as a producer, I started, and as a director, I ended. That's not the end of my life, but it's sort of full circle. Oprah and Tyler came aboard. I'd given this movie to Oprah before I left for Sundance, but she was with Obama trying to get him in the office. She had bigger things to do. And Tyler saw the film, his people saw the film at Sundance, we showed it to him. He was really supportive, called Oprah, and the two of them, I knew that, you know what, I knew that I needed some help on this one. Because, you know, this one is a very interesting, I didn't want it to end up like The Woodsman, you know, where I tried so hard to show the, you know, the three-dimensionality of a pedophile. Okay? I really wanted the support of two powerful people. And I felt that Tyler would secure that for me, and Oprah would secure that for me, and they have been just beyond, beyond the beyond. So, yeah.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about development of the script and at what point the screenwriter got involved and how you did behind it or how.
The question is about the development of the script and when the screenwriter got involved.
The screenwriter, Jeffrey Fletcher, read the book, gave me an exquisite, he's an intellect, he's a scholar, he's down there, he teaches at some place at Columbia, I think. And he wrote a draft that was incredible. He structured it incredibly. And then I just put my little new. I put the. I came back as most directors do. Come back and I put some flavor in it, some hot sauce in it. I put the fantasy sequences and the some of the dialogue back into that was sort of lost in translation from the book. And he executed a marvelous version of the book to script.
Yes, gentleman with the sweater and glasses. Yes, you, yeah.
I was fascinated by the homage with the sequence film, Two Women. Is that seen in the novel, or did you kind of take, what was your motivation for that? How did you approach that I guess, dialogue between this film and that?
The question is about the homage to DeSica's Two Women.
I love the film, and it was not in the book, and nor were most of the fantasies. But I felt that if we stayed in the fantasy if we stayed in the reality as the book does, it would be X-rated. There's no way that we could show the deplorable acts that this mother does and get a rating. And I felt too that when bad things happen to me and have happened to me, I always used to pretend that I was someplace else. And so that sort of made me, it validated, me pushing the button on the fantasy sequences. Two Women is a film that I love. The argument on set was, would these women be watching Two Women? I was like, well, I am the women, so shut up.
We have time for one final question. Now everyone is shy. Oh, we're here on the side.
In The Woodsman, Kevin Bacon character is kind of a sympathetic character. He feels sympathy. And in this, Monique's character winds up being sympathetic, feels sorry for her at the end. Do you think that there's a sympathetic side to the person?
The question is, does Mr. Daniels think there's a sympathetic side to even the worst person?
I try so hard to be a good guy, and a good father, and a good man. And I continually fall on my ass and embarrass myself. I think that my films show the gray area in all of us. I think we all are great people. I think that we all have great in us, and I think we all start out by being good. It's so complicated, The world and life is so complicated that we end up compromising ourselves and doing things that we just don't want to do that make us bad. And I think that I'd like to give life to that gray area in us, that in between, that nudge.